Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I have a very tedious task today. I have to make sure this task today entails me doing what? Going to my meetings because I have meetings. uh, what I mean by that is I have what do they call it these days? Uh, Group. I have to go to group at 10. It's actually 9:11 on the dot. Whoop, 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 whoop. I didn't plan that. There go the plane. I didn't plan that. I didn't plan 9/11. 9/11. So funny. And if you want to be even more technical, what's 9 plus 2? This is how powerful the word or the number 11 means. I can't help it. It's not me. Whoever developed the system. This was thousands of years ago, if not hundreds of years ago. I can't help it. I just know the system. Nobody taught me nothing. I just know it. I love the Mayans. There gotta be still some Mayans on this planet, man. They probably moved underground. They probably like, I don't like it on top of Earth. Let me move underground. I don't know what's going on with these people on Earth. These new people are starting to bug me. Let's move underground. We have the resources underground. They did not die off, all of them. I don't think so. So yeah. Other than that, um, I it's a beautiful day. I have to sing the song. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I miss Mr. Rogers, man. Oh my God, I was talking about that. Guess what? Guess what? I do have stuff to talk about, but I just like to joke around for 10 minutes. So I was listening to this song by the Spinners. Anybody know what the Spinners is? It's a group back in the 60s and 50s and 70s and 80s. And they kind of died out in the 90s. But this particular group, they sing the song "Whenever You Call Me, I'll Be There." And I forgot, I totally forgot about the song. I totally forgot about it. I was like, I was playing oldies. I specifically played uh, Patti LaBelle, and I specifically played the Temptations. And so the Spinners came on. You know how Apple, music do. It'll play music related to that genre. So I sat up there and I was thinking about what I used to say in Santa Maria, California. And so it goes like this. The song goes like this. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. I'll be around. And I remember when I cried off that because I knew that the Santa Maria police, come on, airplanes, no fun. The Santa Maria police is just like that song. Sorry. The Santa Maria police is just like that song. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Whenever you something else, I'll be there. I'll be around. The police will be around whenever I call them. And that's all, it's a beautiful song. I'm not going to get all emotional and yeah. But, it's the correct song. I would love to do a documentary with an officer here, but it's too many politics that play a role in how that officer may act and say no. Like for instance, they had Trump supporters, police officers that were Trump supporters, and they made it into some huge hate crime. Some huge hate crime. Do you see the pattern? if you like Donald Trump, it's a huge hate crime. And so they just, because they had Trump posters up at their uh, wall and they were in their uniform, and I said, I don't believe it. And now I don't, because they turned my stuff into a hate crime because I told them the truth, which is I like Trump. Now, they were going to release me. They were going to release me. But as soon as I said, thank you, Trump, they have little monitors in the cells of the jail. And I was like, thank you, Trump. And I put my initials, and I know they painted over it. I put my, or scratched over it. I put my initials and put Trump's. 3 minutes later, they walked the door. I said, thank you, Trump. 3 minutes later, they walked the door saying, you're not getting released. Nobody do that. This is something new I'm telling. They don't like Trump here. Trump is not prejudiced. They are prejudiced, mostly here. And I'm going to make a change, because there's no need to be prejudiced no more against Black people, only Black people. We are not your slaves. Washington did not have slaves. He was born into having slaves. He did not want slaves. Do your history since you're so smart. His brother had slaves. His brother died and he ended up slaves. And then his time went wild. Move. Move. Buddy. Anyway, so pretty much, one, it is divided here. It is divided. And I don't like that. I don't like that it's divided. Just because I play loud music, just because I don't even smoke no more. So just because I play loud music and I dress like this does not mean I'm a bad person. I'm a very good person. I have every right to be who I am. Isn't that what you're pushing out to everybody? You want us to be like we are. You actually have, and some of the bad Democrats approve, people that dress up as cats in high school biting other students. The students carrying posters and signs saying, "We just want to learn." I said, "What the heck? What is going on?" I forgot what they call them. It was on Sky News, Purries or something, and they walk around like cats, and they approve this. They approved this, but because I dress with a wig on and makeup like I do, I'm not good enough. What makes you think I'm not good enough? Don't underestimate me. I am just as qualified as anybody else. I'm not I'm not trying to get mad. All I'm saying is I'm just as qualified to be a state senator. I'm just as qualified because I know what I have to. I don't care. See, the difference between me and you guys out there that's running, I don't care about the power. I want power only to help people, not to gain power and gain more power and more power and more power just so I can have money stored away like a squirrel with nuts. I want the power so I can sit up there and help people. I'm not going to get blackballed because you guys sit up there and don't like me. I want the power. That's what it's all about. That's what it's written in the status of state senator and every person that runs. You run because you want the power so you can help. don't get power so you can hurt people and move away, forget about them up in Hollywood. And that's what these senators do. They campaign and campaign, get into office, and they sit up there and forget about their people. It's zombie land. It's phase one. I was thinking about that all night, me saying that. It's phase one. They're seeing what they can get away with. And you're allowing them to get away with using drugs, with killing, felons coming in and out of jail. This is phase one of this. And every other organization that come here, camping out on colleges, camping out on airports, seeing what they can get away with. And they're getting away with a lot. They're getting away with a lot. They're getting away with a lot. Phase two is to start building bombs and taking people out and hurting the police. They already, New York has said they allowed that. They let 2 criminals go that was a part of the cartel because they're working together, allegedly. Dang, the bird no. The bird no. How would you let 2 predominant criminals from the cartel out? Said it again. I'm not going back and forth with this bird. No, seriously. 2 criminals from the cartel hit and abused the police. What happened to 10 years? No, 20 years ago, if that happened. 20 years ago, if that happened, it would have been a done deal. They would have been arrested and they would have been made an example out of. But today, one woman in Maryland, I forgot what part of Maryland, recently it happened. These men are tired. I should have hashtagged them, but I forgot what part of Maryland. The cartel raped and killed a white woman, and they're tired of it. They're tired of it. Whoever brought them over has a deal with the president. Because why isn't anything being done? This is sick. How can you allow a white woman or any woman to be abused, raped, and murdered? She leaves behind, once again, I bet you she was a Republican. She leaves behind a family. She leaves behind a family. They got the government. That's what they mean. You remember when they say they got the government, they got restaurants, they got everybody. You know why? Because they take out who they want, who is a threat to them. They take out who's a threat to them. And who the government wants them to take out. And that's the deal, allegedly. It has to be. Why else would you allow women to get murdered and followed? She didn't even know she was being followed. And that's what pisses me off. How can you do this to our people? Our American people. Our American people are suffering. What happened to them picking crops, Nancy Pelosi? What happened to them picking crops? That didn't happen. Instead, they got businesses. And I'm still stuck with $0 from my business. I do this because I love to work with people. But I would love to make, like, one character that's Korean gets big players on his show, his podcast, and he makes $7,000 on a pop for an episode. They got Mexican restaurants and everything. I don't hate Mexican people. What I hate is that they're sneaky. Some of them are sneaky, man. And then on top of that, the cartel is not right for what they do. They put a nail in my tire in Santa Maria and watched keep driving and time me every time I got home. 5 cartel members came at me with what they're trying to make me look crazy. I know I'm not crazy. There's one thing for being mentally, have mental health issues. I don't want to say mental instabilities. No, mental health issues and being crazy is two different things. Mental health issues is when you suffer and you diagnosed with a label that you're trying to get over and not do, or your label. For instance, I'll admit I am bipolar. That's one of my labels. And the only way to get that done or taken care of is through medicine and a lot of therapy. And I'll admit I had that. But to call me crazy when I saw with my own eyes 5 Mexican men with artillery weapons and a flashlight come at me in the dark and then drop them off at the which the camera was watching by the trash can. They can't kill me for some reason. I don't want to know why. I don't care. But they trying to make me look loony and intimidate me and make me continue to call the cops. This ain't even a subject I wanted to hit. What's going to happen when I'm out the way, white women and white men and black women and black men? What's going to happen when I'm out the way? They're going to do the same crap to you guys that are Republican. You think you turn a blind eye on me, you're turning a blind eye the wrong way. Every time I sit up there and discuss this, they turn it into a mental health issue. Every time I discuss it, they turn into a mental health issue, like I have mental health issues. And that's unfair, man. I am stable. I am a stable black woman. I don't want to kill nobody. I never killed nothing. I don't want to sit up there and hurt nobody. I don't want to sit up there and do anything to hurt anything. I just want to help. The circumstances that happen in my life, God will understand. Only God will understand. There's some things that's unexplainable that I can never explain to people. But I know God will understand because I know it wasn't my fault. So with that being said, it's 9:29. I don't get it. And the planes are just flying. I did I don't know what to say, man. Other than the fact that I am tired of being followed. They done gotten hip to me knowing when they following me. So now what they do is they stay in the right lane. I'm in the left lane. And then when I make my move, they hurry up and come behind me and make their move. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this crap. So I wrote the president, the former president of the United States, or should I say, I wrote the former president. Thank you, administration. They just wrote me. You think this is a game, don't you? I'm never mad at y'all, administration. And I'll tell you this. I tell you this. I wrote the administration and I told them everything that's been going on. I told him everything like I usually do. But this was 3 pages, 3 pages worth. I am sick of people thinking that they're getting over on me. They don't even care, man. I go to Starbucks. They follow me to Starbucks. I'm not calling the police. Not. I come out my basement. They're right behind me in my basement. I try to get in my door, and when I try to be nice and polite to them, they act like they don't know English. Then how the hell did you get the job? How the hell did you get the job? Dealing with that electrical current. Can't take it anymore. Like I said, I'll say this. Donald Trump, I cannot do this no more, sir. I have been sitting up there being followed for almost 4 years. 4 years harassed, and they're all illegals. I have never been harassed by anybody white. I've been talked crap about, and yeah, they treat me different, but they ignore me, and that's what I want. I want a friendship, but I don't want nothing. You can't. They got clicks, and if a woman, whether white or black, can't understand or want to befriend me, that's on them. They're missing out on a good friendship. But I'm talking about as far as Hispanics go, they harass me. They won't. I go into Best Buy, they follow me into Best Buy. I go into this store, they follow me into this store. I don't know if they're faking like they the FBI, sir, or bribing people with money. I don't know what's going on. But something is going on where they getting information and intel about what I want and what I'm asking for. And they getting their way every time. And I don't think it's just allegedly Gavin Newsom. I think it's other people too. I'm not going to sit up there and say who I think it is, what I think it is, because that will be pinpointing, and I can't prove nothing. But all I'm saying, sir, is I believe I will never go to jail again. And what you should do is do swift justice. Keep them in jail. Make another Guantanamo Bay. Make at least 300 more jails, 400 more prisons, and keep them there. If they don't want to leave our country, instead of burning flags, beating police, stabbing white women and black women, and strangling them and killing them, and raping them, putting cords around their neck and strangling them with iPhone cords. That's the truth. And I can't take this no more. Help me, sir. I didn't hashtag you, but I know the administration is watching. It's not a coincidence. They wrote me. And I'm never going to be mad at you. Never. Everybody think that I'm just this naive, gung-ho black woman that just is obsessed with Trump. I am not obsessed with him. You know the difference between me and you? I want to be around him to learn from him and learn his qualities and what he's about around him. You all want to be around him because of who he stands for, which is money. So you can get money. I don't want his money. I want to learn and make my own money. And that's all I'm going to say. People say they love Trump all the time and then they turn against him. They turn against him all the time. And I'm sick of seeing it. And that's all I'm going to say. And it was meant for me to say that because I'm tired of seeing these women and men. They say, oh, Trump is winning. Now we're going to come on his team. And then when he's losing, I didn't like that motherfucker anyway. That's how they act. And I had to cuss to emphasize how they act. They are actors. Some of them are double agents, double modes. So this goes out to Donald Trump. Please help us save America. Help us make America clean. Help us get them out of here. Help us get these criminals, whether Hispanic, black, or white, out of here, in jail, so we can be able to walk to our cars without a gun. We may believe in guns, but we shouldn't have to walk to our car with a pistol on our hip or a stun gun on our hip or anything. We should be able to sleep in our cars with the lights on. Washington, D.C. isn't the D.C. I left when I left it in 2001. I'm tired of seeing graffiti everywhere. We need a cleaner city. Phase one is the zombie phase. Operation Zombie. Keep them high off of methamphetamine, keep them high off of narcotics, illegal narcotics like crack, methamphetamine. I don't even remember them all. Heroin, and then let them sit in the city and be so zooted they can't understand what's going on and they're not enlightened. Phase two is to sit up there and see how much they can get away with hitting the police, with protesting in a violent way, with burning stuff. Phase three is to start blowing stuff up and going to police stations and going to electrical companies, blowing up the grid. If you blow up 3 of the grids here, do you not know how many people will be affected? How is it that I'm thinking about this, but nobody else is? So it is what it is, man. Y'all need to sit up there and get it together, man. We need peace in this world. We don't need a bunch. It's going to World War III. It doesn't mean that we're going to go to war with Russia or China. What it means is we're going to end up going to war with ourselves. With all these places, these organizations coming over here, they're going to start killing us off. They're going to start killing us off one by one. Think about that. Phase one, zombification. Phase two, seeing how much they can get away with. Phase three, blowing stuff up. And there's no security at the electrical grids. Just a gate they can cross over. It don't take nothing to build a bomb. Remember that. And I'll be back on here later. I got a group to go to.